I suppose on to the good news of the budget, there was a lot of positivity to be taken from it. I think housing being one of them, we've seen quite a lot of housing estates going up around Limerick City and County. So I think, the government are promising, I think, more houses for the coming years, and that's something that I guess is needed and something that they're addressing.
Yeah. Well, funding is allocated to it. I think what we need now is actual implementation of it. So, they haven't been shy for the last number of years in terms of the amount they would actually allocate to housing. But we need to see an increase in activity and implementation of that funding. So one thing that's up and running in Dublin and Cork, the greater Dublin area, is something called cost rental. And it essentially means that when you go out and rent, your monthly cost of renting is essentially the cost of building the block. So there isn't very much profit in it. It's probably as bare bones as you would get. It's a really good model. It's up and running elsewhere in Europe. Vienna do great work with things like cost rental, but it's not something we've seen here yet in the Midwest. Now it is good that 25 affordable homes for purchase are going out in Castletroy, and that's brilliant to see. But we really need to see an increase in that type of activity. The private sector is delivering, but in terms of affordable housing for workers and those kind of mid-income workers, it's all about the implementation. It's all about activating brownfield sites in the city centre, so people might need a car, they're close to public transport. So the funding is good, it's always welcome, but you need the implementation of it as well, and people need to see the developments going ahead, and they kind of need to see good news. Are they getting that at the moment? Probably not, but that's an all-island issue. It's not just us here in the Midwest either.